Okay, so today we're going to make a simple static grass base for scale models. This is the base we're going to be using. You can find these in craft shops, dollar stores all over the place. You don't have to pay a lot of money for them. I think this one cost me $1 or two. So the base itself, the wood is too flat, too perfect. So I've mixed up some sculptor mold and I'm just spreading it out on the surface. At the end, I just spread out the sculptor mold a little bit more just to smooth it out, make sure there's not too large variations in the surface. And once the sculptor mold had dried for 24 hours, I mixed up some cheap artist's acrylic paint. This is burnt umber. Mixed it with water and just covering the surface, making sure none of the white is visible. And then I mixed up some acrylic black paint as well and just went around the wooden base just to give it a decent finish. So I used 4.5mm static grass, two colours, beige and this kind of spring bright green colour. As you can see, they're very uniform, so I mixed them together to give some variation. The static grass came out of the bag quite clumpy, so I just tried to break them down a little bit to get a better mix. So I still wasn't happy with the colour here, so I threw in a little bit of this mixed summer grass which came with my static grass applicator, just to break it up a bit more. And this is the final mix with lots of colour variation. So once the acrylic paints had dried on the base, I covered it with Woodland Scenic's Scenic glue, but equally you can use PVA glue and just water it down a little bit too. Once the base was covered with glue, it's just a case of putting the first application on using the static grass applicator. Now at this stage, after the first application, it looks a little bit patchy, there's still lots of the brown visible. That's not a problem, the key is to just layer it up bit by bit. So here I used a pipette to get more glue onto the base. The edges tend to be the area where the grass fails to stick, so I've tried to concentrate on those. And then I just added a second layer of grass. And to really increase the coverage, a third layer of grass as well. Each time between these layers, I'm just gently tipping the base up just to make any grass that's not stuck fall off, and I can recover that and use it again. I added one final application of grass. And here's the final base. The scenic glue, which is currently a little bit white, will dry completely clear, so it won't be visible on the final base. The 4.5mm grass means it's perfect for 148 scale or 135 scale models. I guess you could get away with other size models as well, I just don't have any to try it with. So the whole process here probably took a few hours of work. The main time was waiting for the sculptor mold to dry overnight.